Welcome to this astrological analysis. This is the first one that I'm going to do in English. I have done several in Spanish. I did one for the inauguration of Donald Trump as president. Never did it in English because I thought that no one would be interested. I'm doing this because a friend of mine asked me to do it because he has been following every single prediction that I have made regarding Donald Trump, and according to him, I've, I've been right all along. Anyway, so that's why I'm doing this video. On this video, the first thing that I want to do is, I forgot to mention this in English, in the Spanish version, but here the last three houses, 10, 11, 12, is loaded with planetary action. There's a lot of energy going on here. Okay. um and before I start, you notice that there are three concentric circles. I'm doing a synastry between United States, Donald Trump, and United States transit for August 21st. Okay, so we have Donald Trump, United States, and the transit for August 21st. This is a question that my friend asked me, and this is what I'm going to be answering the question, which I already did to him. But he begged me to literally do this in English. So here I am. So first of all, notice that the last three houses are loaded with planetary action. Therefore, this is a pattern that is very typical of individuals that are businessmen. This is a pattern of people that love to bring change. Social change, political changes, religious changes, whatever. But it's around that time. It's someone that brings changes. And that's what we're seeing with Donald Trump. He's making a lot of changes. Okay? With that in mind, now I'm going to concentrate on, well, let me start with Neptune. And then I'm going to jump to house number 12. We have Neptune here. We have Neptune here. United States Neptune and Donald Trump's Neptune and the transiting Neptune in house 7. Look, initiating like right there. House number 7, the house of relationship, diplomacy, all this kind of stuff. And then we have here the house number 1 that is related with United States idiosyncrasy, United States personality. Okay, it represents United States, the face of United States before other nations, how we are perceived, and also how United States behaves as group. So notice that we have Neptune here. According to books, Neptune is related with smoke and mirrors. It's about deception. It's about deceiving. Okay, and it also likes to bring a shadow upon everything. It likes to hide information. It likes to operate behind the scenes. Okay, but at the same time, he likes to destroy walls, obstacles, whichever way you want to call it. Okay, he likes to bring down the walls, but while he does that, he brings a lot of confusion. Okay, that's more or less how the books define the energy of Neptune. Notice that the medium coeli, midheaven, is in house number 1. This is a big emphasis that is letting us know that big changes are coming to United States as a nation. But this is all based on deception, lies. In other words, if you didn't understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, and there's no honesty. Everything is being hidden from the public, from the people. Okay, that's what this is insinuating. If you don't like it, well, sorry. And then the same thing here. house number 7. This is what is literally saying. Okay, now when we look at house number 12, which is very interesting, we have Mars here, Donald Trump Mars, in house number 12, the house of water, which is very related with passive aggression. This energy here is passive aggressive energy. And then we have Black Lilith in conjunction with Mars, and then we have the moon, the sun, the north node, and Mars. Notice how much energy is here, and the emphasis is on house number 12. Technically, it's a big emphasis, and this is house number 12 is related with anything that is hidden. It's also related with karma. Okay, it's related with karma and anything that is hidden, anything that is occult, or whatever is pronounced, like a jail, mafia, anything that is done and performed underground, under the table, behind the scenes. And it's letting us know that there's going to be more and more things that are going to be hidden from the public. Okay, a lot of things are going to be hidden from the public. And I'm repeating myself again. Okay, that's what we're going to start seeing here. Okay, now we have to look at house number 5, for example. Well, let's go to house number 6 first. The transiting south node falls in house number 6, which is related with health, public services. So bye-bye Obamacare, bye-bye many other public services, bye-bye. That's the best way I can put it. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be eliminated, things that were created with the purpose of helping society, citizens, many things related with public safety, even garbage is going to suffer. So bye-bye Obamacare. That's what we have. This is something that I mentioned for my inauguration of Donald Trump, but I only did it in Spanish. So obviously you won't believe a single thing that I'm saying. Anyway, so notice that's what we have here. We're heading into this direction. And it's very interesting because what it's telling us is that there's also a change coming. Notice that the sun and the moon are 28 and 29 degrees. So this is something that has to be solved individually. And in this case, this is something that United States has to deal with it without anyone else help. And at the same time, it's letting us know that big changes, 28, 29, are coming because the sun and the moon are transitioning to house number 1. So there's going to be big changes in the United States personality, idiosyncrasy. Okay? There's going to be a lot of changes, and we're seeing it. Okay? We are seeing that. And something that I didn't emphasize in my Spanish version is Vesta, that is in house number 16. I mean, 1. I'm sorry, 1. And Vesta, her problem is that she likes to look at things in just one way, and that's it. So technically we're talking about fanatism and more fanatism, radicalization of the masses. Okay, that's what we have here. Stubbornness, if you want to call it like that. Okay, that's the downfall of Vesta. It can create that. Now, I mentioned now number 6, house number 5, Wall Street, all the markets. Notice Pluto and the south node. There's going to be big, huge changes that technically are going to, figuratively speaking, destroy, in other words, transform for completely Wall Street. Pluto can be seen as someone rich, someone with money, or people with money. We have Capricorn here that belongs to house number 10, which is the president. So we have here the president making changes to Wall Street, or for Wall Street. Changes, transformation, big changes that technically is like destroying Wall Street and making it anew. That's what we have here, house number 5. We have Pluto again transiting here, and then we have Pluto in United States chart with the south node. So big changes in Wall Street are coming. House number 10, we have the president here. Notice that we have the sun, the north node, and Uranus with Mars. At the beginning of the house number 10, we have Uranus, and then we have Jupiter here practically at the end. So what we have here is a person that is very volatile, prone to impulsivity, which is something that I already mentioned in my inauguration video, which is only in Spanish, but I mentioned that already, and I'm repeating myself here. And this has been confirmed already throughout the year, throughout the months, the kind of personality that Donald Trump has. And that's what we have. This is a very explosive. Notice Uranus here and Uranus here. They're so close to each other, and there's an emphasis on impulsiveness, aggressiveness. Someone that is always technically angry, or whatever you want to call it. So what we have that Gemini, house of communication. I don't have to talk about Twitter, but this is something that I mentioned at the beginning when I talk about the inauguration of Donald Trump as president. So again, you won't believe me because you don't know Spanish. Then we have here that. And house number 8, we have Chiron and Uranus in Aries. What we have here is big changes related with debt. And this is more negative than positive. So we're going to have a huge debt in United States. House number 2, money. We have Jupiter, Chiron, Saturn, and then Jupiter again. Notice Saturn. So we're going to start seeing a lot of, we have to see it with house number 5 and 6. What we're going to start seeing is we're saying that it is a lot of austerity measures. A lot of austerity measures are going to be enacted that obviously are going to hamper United States economy, represented by house number 2 and number 8. Big changes related with United States economy, the surplus, the debt, etc. They're going to be big changes. Okay, house number 11, which represents goals, objectives, and also groups, associations that support a person. In this case, it represents the Senate, Congress, governors, their representatives. All these people are represented in house number 11. And we have here Mercury at the beginning of Cancer, and then we have Saturn, Venus in conjunction with Mercury and Venus. And then we have Pluto here, technically at the cusp. Okay, and it's very interesting because what we have here technically saying is we have a support group behind Trump that is stubborn in quality. My way or no way. That's what we have. And then we could see this Mercury and then Pluto. We could see that there are people here that are managing, they are like filtering the information. Okay, and they're technically filtering the information. That's the best way I can say it. Filtering information. Pluto, the same stuff. Filtering information. The problem that Pluto is at the beginning of house number 12. Therefore, this is information that is going to be hidden, manipulated, and hidden away from the public. But because of the meaning of house number 12. Okay, that's what we have. Now, my friend asked me if Donald Trump is going to be impeached. So my answer is no, he's not going to be. Okay? Because everything seemed to be going exactly as I said for the inauguration. Nothing has changed. Again, the solar eclipse, what it does, it gives a big huge emphasis in house number 12, like being hidden. So it's like he's gonna be hidden, okay, or protected, if you want to see it that way. Pluto, we can see Pluto as the president himself, okay, and if that's the case, again, he's like right there at the cusp. Well, not right there at the cusp, because he's 1 degree already in house 12. So he's gonna be hidden, he's gonna be protected by this solar eclipse. So don't expect him to be impeached, at least not during 2017. We have to wait to see what happens in 2018. But what the solar eclipse is insinuating is, don't hold your hopes. He's not going to be impeached. Okay? And anyway, you have even the support of the people that are technically also on the same level. Okay? I think that's more or less summarizes what I'm going to say. Oh, house number 4, that is related with the opposition party, in this case Democrats. We're going to see that the solar eclipse is going to affect negatively them. We have South Node, Moon, the Ascendant, the Rising Sign, again transiting, and United States Rising Sign with Saturn. This is going to affect Democrats more than Donald Trump. Okay, I won't be surprised if there's something related with the Democrat, that because this is talking about something that gets dissolved, eliminated. So this is going to probably divide more the Democrats to the point that they're too weak. So we have to wait and see how everything is going to manifest. But that's my intake. That's more or less my perception. That's what I think. This is what I believe. Okay? Um, you can believe me or not. This is more or less the same stuff that I said for the inauguration of the President Donald Trump back in January 20th. I did a video and I explained more or less the same that I'm explaining here. So again, I'm saying don't expect Donald Trump to be impeached. Okay? Anyway, we have Neptune here. So in other words, if you believe that, you're playing fool. You're being deceived. You're fooling yourself. At least that's how it looks like. We have, like I said, we have to wait to see if there's any astrological movement that we can look at it and analyze it. Okay, so that's all I have for you, and till the next one.